This is Yu-Gi-Oh! Team Proxy. This is going to be our very first deck profile. Now, everyone, if you would, please kindly smash that like button, subscribe, and that way, whenever we post our videos, you can get updated on the latest that we do with our decks. We like to mainly do rogue strategies for our deck profiles. Today, we're doing Sun Volans, Sun Seeds. It's actually a very fun deck. Lightning Overdrive just happened last week, and we thought we would give this a whirl. We actually proxied the cards before we played with it. And so we have a very consistent strategy we actually feel very confident in. So we ask that you go ahead, check us out, and give the deck a try. So let me go ahead and begin with the deck profile. The first card I'm going to show you is the Sunseed Genis-Loci. This card is extremely important for the strategy. It's extremely important. This card makes the deck go around. It allows you to do a lot of combo plays. Some of the link monsters can only be linked out with the normal monster, which is this one that you're going to be using for this deck. So you need to run 3 of these. 2 Sunseed Shadows. If you control a normal plant monster your side field, you can special summon it from your hand. Very easy drop to the field. The other effects mainly really don't get used. You're usually just using it just to special summon on the field, so you can go ahead and link off. This deck links in mass, so definitely look out for this card. Some deck lists online, they run 3. I prefer 2. I don't think you really need 3. I wanted to try to cut it to 1, but I needed it at 2, so this worked out perfect for me. Sunseed Twin. Whenever this card hits the field, you're going to be able to special summon that Genis-Loci from your graveyard to your side of the field. Normal or special summon the Sunseed Twin. So it's pretty handy. And also, while it's in the graveyard, if you control a plant, 2 or more plant link monsters with the same name, you can banish this card to special summon one of them to your side of the field. It comes in pretty handy if you're in a grindy game. I haven't had to use it a whole lot. The times I have used it was mainly like Eldritch decks I was playing against. But yes, definitely 2 of these in the deck works. And a normal monster. I mean, what can I say about this card that everybody doesn't already know? You remove it from play, special summon 2 from the deck. It's pretty awesome for this deck. 3 Lonefire Blossoms. We are playing with a plant deck. This is the card you need to play. If you're not playing this in a plant deck, then you need to rethink your strategy. You're going to play 1 Aromarage Laurel. This card's pretty cool. If your life points are higher than your opponent, you'll be able to special summon this from your hand. Just free drop. So it comes in pretty handy, especially with the main combo that we have for the deck. Rose Girl. Rose Girl is pretty good. If a face-up plant monster you control is sent to the graveyard, except during the name step, you can special summon this card from your hand. And if a plant monster on the field and this card's in your graveyard, you can add it to your hand. So it comes in handy a multitude of ways. It is a tuner. You run 2 tuners in this deck, so she's definitely has her purpose and her uses. 1 Mardell. I know that we're playing with a rogue strategy here. I don't know what budget you're working with. If you can't afford this card, I can definitely understand that. I would say do the best you can. It's probably the most expensive card in this deck. You definitely need this card for the deck. If this card hits the field, you're going to add a plant from your deck to your hand. It's definitely a good utility for the deck. The rest of the deck's pretty cheap. I would say if you have the ability to spend some money for any cards in this deck, spend it on this one right here. You're only going to run 1 though. It's pretty good. Snowdrop Rika, tribute from your hand to special summon it and another plant from your hand. And you get to manipulate the levels. That comes in very handy, especially with the combos for this deck. 1 Spore. It's Spore. Everybody knows what it does. It works multitude of ways to help this deck out. It's pretty good. Zephyros the Elite. We are running 3. I know that seems very excessive, but the main combo for this deck, this card is required for that combo, and you're going to want to get it in your hand as quickly as you could possibly get it. So yes, I run 3. If you don't like this, you can go with the Performer Pal. That one's fine too. Losing the life points really doesn't matter once I show you the other cards in the deck. If you're familiar with Sun Volans, then you'll understand why it really doesn't matter, but this card's pretty good. 3 definitely for the combo. I run Gammas and Drivers. I run 3. I mean, I don't really need to go through all these. Y'all already know what this card is. Y'all know what it does. I'd say get your hands on them. If you don't, they're not expensive. 3 Gammas, 1 Driver, definitely needed for this deck. All right, for the spell cards, 3 Unexpected Die. You're running normal monsters. can special summon it from your deck to your side of the field. I mean, need I say more? It comes in very handy for the deck. 3 Wear Off Vow. This allows you to get the level 1 monster from your deck to your hand. You're gonna burn. I'm just letting you know that automatically. More than likely, you're gonna burn from playing this card. But I can tell you that it's not gonna matter if you burn because of this deck, the Sunvalons, you'll see later on. I run 2 Pot of Avs. I've seen a lot of these decks, they don't run Pot of Av at all. They just keep the resource engraved, and that's cool. You can do that if that's what you want to do. Personally, me, I feel like this deck burns through so many resources that if you put some back in the deck, it's really not going to hurt the strategy whatsoever, and it hasn't when I played with this deck. This card came in very handy. So I run 2 Pot of Avarice. I run 1 Super Solar Nutrient. It's pretty cool. You contribute a plant monster on your field, level 2 or lower, and you can special summon a plant from your deck to your side of the field that are 3 levels or less higher than the monster you attributed. It's continuous spell card, so yes, you can keep using it. It's a really good card. I run just 1. You don't need more than 1. I run 1 Monster Reborn and 1 World Legacy Succession. Reborning these monsters from the graveyard, you are going to need some of these monsters from the grave, and this is definitely going to help you achieve that goal. And I run 2 Sunvine Shrines. This card is absolutely fantastic for the deck. Whenever you activate this card, you send 1 card from your hand to the graveyard while you control a Sunvalon Link monster. It's very important because this card gets your combo started. And this card right here is not a hard once per turn. It allows you to special summon normal plant monsters, level 4 lore, from your graveyard to your side of the field. Not a hard once per turn at all. So with Zephyros the Elite, you bounce it back to your hand, you can essentially play this again. And there is a combo with these cards. I will explain later on. All right, we're going into the last 2 cards of the deck. I run 2 traps. Sunvalon Bloom and Blessed Winds. Bloom is fantastic. When you control a level 4 or higher plant link monster, you can negate the effect of all face-up monsters your opponent currently controls. I mean, that already is amazing, but then you can select your link monster and increase its attack by the attack of all monsters that link monster arrow points to. Super great. Definitely allows you to OTK. And Blessed Winds, if you're not familiar with this card, it allows you to gain life points by sending plants from your graveyard to your deck or from your field to the graveyard and pay 1,000 life points to summon a Roma monster from your graveyard. So yeah, they both definitely are really good. They both have their uses for the deck. I only run 2 trap cards. I don't really need much more than that. Let me go into the extra deck now. 2 Sunvalon Dryas. This card is the first card that will be hitting the field from your extra deck when you play this deck. When this hits the field, it's going to allow you to add the Sunvine Shrine from your deck to your hand. Now keep in mind, whenever you're looking at these cards, you got to make sure that you're grabbing the right cards. While they all are similarly the same archetype, they each grab different things. And I know that may seem complicated what I'm saying right now, but if you're using the big guy here, he doesn't allow you to grab the Sunvines. This one only allows you to grab the Sunvalon Spell and Trap cards. So it's a big difference. You need to make sure that you're not cheating. So definitely make sure when you're using this, you're getting the Sunvine Spell Trap card from your deck to your hand. And this allows you to gain life points when you lose life points. So that's why you don't really care too much about losing the life points at all. And whenever you gain life points, you can special summon You can special summon a Sunvine monster from your extra deck to your side of the field. So 9 times out of 10, whenever you gain life points, you're going to get hurt. Sunvine Healer. This card's pretty amazing. It allows you to gain the life, and it allows you to link off to continue on with your combo. So you definitely need these 2 right here. Sunvine Healer, I definitely like it added to this deck. Some people may not feel that way. That's your choice. Play the deck however you're playing it, but it worked out extremely well for me. I run 1 Sunvalon. I'm not even going to try to say that name. I can't say that. I'm not even going to try. That is very long and crazy name. But I can tell you that this card's pretty cool. All the Sunvalon Link monsters, you can't attack any of them. But your opponent can attack you directly. So you need to make sure while you're building these boards to have these high level Link monsters on your side of the field. Make sure that you have a defense because you do not want to get attacked directly. This was pretty cool. Besides adding the Sunvalon Spell Trap card from your deck to your hand, it also allows you to tribute Link monsters that you point to pop cards in your opponent's side of the field. Comes in pretty handy. It's really good. I like it a lot. But run one there. Sunvine Thrasher. This card's really cool. It's very easy to get out. It requires one plant normal monster. Very simple. You need to have this out with Sunvalon Link monster, definitely. If you don't, it's going to die automatically. But you select that Sunvalon Link monster and increase its attack points by its Link level times 800. So essentially you can have a 4,000 beater if you end up having these two on the field. 2 Sunvalon Melius. Yes, this one came from the new set, so it definitely goes in. It's pretty good. When you link summon, it allows you to special summon a Losi from your graveyard to your side of the field as soon as it hits the field. And just like the other Sunvalon links, it can't be targeted for attacks. Your opponent can't destroy it with card effects. Once per turn, target one Sunvalon Link monster that you control or it points to, and it can attack a number of times each battle phase up to the number of Sunvalon Link monsters you currently control. So that's pretty great. Keep in mind though, the arrows on this card suck. So if you're using it, make sure that you use it the right way, because these Link arrows suck really bad. I run one Daphne. It's all right. I mean, it's just reoccurring your resources that you used up in your extra deck. You spam through Link monsters very quickly in this deck, so you want to make sure that you reuse those resources. Also from the new set, I got this guy here. I'm not saying that name. I'm terrible with names. The Resurgent, I'll just stick with that. It allows you to bounce monsters on your opponent's side of the field by burning. And then when you have the Sunvalon Link 1 monster on the field, you gain it right back. Then he allows you to special summon from your extra deck. And whenever he's in the grave, you can special summon it back to the field by banishing Link monsters in your grave exactly equal to its Link rating. So it comes right back, and it's a quick play bounce. I mean, it's pretty awesome. Negative part is you will lose life points. Just make sure that you have the appropriate cards on the field so you do not have to worry about that. All right, and then we also have Aromatherapy Jasmine. If you're not familiar with this card, it's pretty phenomenal. Have higher life points. Tribute a monster that it points to special summon a monster from your deck. Plant monsters, that is. And then also, if you gain life points, you can add a plant monster from your deck to your hand. So it's really good. And that last part is not a hard once. It's just a soft once per turn. So it's really good. Going into the XYZs, run one Teardrop. She's pretty good. Tribute a card on your opponent's side of the field. Quick effect when you have plants as material. So I mean, why not? It works very effectively. Strenna, this card is really good. It's definitely very undervalued. I think that everybody should definitely look into this card. There's so many applications for this card that goes beyond this particular deck. Whenever it's on the field, you can attach a piece to add a plant monster from your grave to your hand. But whenever this card is tributed, you can special summon an XYZ monster from your extra deck and equip this card as material. So simple. And that's why I run Sacred Tree Hyperion, because it's going to have him as the monster that you're going to pull out. Very simple. And this card negates, if you're not familiar with what it does, it negates whatever materials it has attached to it, and you can add materials from your graveyard to it as a quick effect. So, very useful cards. I run one Synchro on the deck. The only Synchro I run, it's going to add the Blessed Winds trap card that you run in your deck to the field. And whenever you gain life points, you pop a card on your opponent's side of the field. So it's pretty nice. All right, we're going to go ahead and go into the combo portion of this video. Let's say you start the game off with these two cards in hand. These two is going to start off the whole deck. We're going to go ahead and play Unexpected Die. It's going to special summon the Losi to the field. When we get the Losi to the field, go ahead and link that guy off. We're going to get the Dryas. Dryas is going to add the Shrine to the hand. So we're going to play the Shrine to ditch, and the Shrine is going to allow us to special summon the Losi from the grave. We're going to put it right here in this center zone right here. Activate Zephyros's effect to bounce the Shrine back to hand and burn for 4. When we burn for 4, we gain 4. Its effect is going to trigger to allow us to special summon the Healer. Healer's effect, select him as a target. We're going to gain more life points. All right, then we're gonna link these two off. For Jasmine, our life points is higher than our opponent's, so we're gonna use Jasmine's effect to tribute here to special summon from the deck, and I'm pretty sure you can kind of see where this is going. We're gonna get the Lone Fire Blossom. Lone Fire Blossom tribute for another Lone Fire Blossom to tribute, and instead of getting that third Lone Fire, I kind of like to leave mine in the deck, to be honest with you. But I do need two in the graveyard for me to combo off. But we're gonna go ahead and get the Mardell, and the Mardell's effect is gonna trigger, and it's gonna allow me to get the Aromarich to my hand. Now with this guy in my hand, with the Mardell on the field, I can special summon him straight to the field because my life points are higher than my opponent's. Then what we're gonna do is link these two guys off here, and linking those two off is gonna allow us to get another Jasmine to the field. When Jasmine hits the field, the Laurel's effect is gonna trigger, and we're gonna gain life points. We're gonna gain 1,000 life. So after we gain those, sorry about that. We're gonna gain 500 life, and then after we gain that life, their effects are gonna trigger. Both of them are gonna trigger. It's not a hard once, so it's gonna allow us to go into our deck, and it's gonna allow us to grab Snowdrop and Rika Fairy. All right. So a Snowdrop and Rika Fairy in our hand, and we're gonna link here to go to a link 4, and it's gonna be Big Tree. All right, so this is what we got in our hand so far. Okay, we're gonna play the Shrine, ditching the Spore. And what that's gonna do is that's gonna allow us to be able to banish a Lone Fire Blossom to special summon Spore from the hand. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm moving so fast beyond me. You gotta add the bloom from my hand for the actual Big Tree. Apologize for that. But here we go. The 2 level 4s. We're gonna overlay these guys together, overlaying those together for the Strenna. And Strenna's effect, detach a piece to add the Lone Fire Blossom to the hand. So with Lone Fire in the hand, now what we can do is we are going to use the Shrine's effect to special summon the Losi to the field. And we're going to tribute the Losi to special summon Rika Fairy and the Lone Fire Blossom to the field. Lone Fire Blossom, I want to tribute the Strenna to go into my deck, and I'm going to pull out Rose Girl. All right, Strenna's effect's then going to activate right after that, and it's going to special the Hyperion. That's going to put Strenna as its equipped material. Then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to sync these two guys off for the Aromatherapy, and this is going to allow me to go into my deck, and I'm going to get the Blessed Winds. All right. Now I'm going to activate his effect to add the Unexpected Die to the tree. All right, these two guys right here. So not a bad first turn play, not bad at all. This allows us to get a pretty good field presence, but as you can see, simple cards allow us to make really big plays and moves from this deck. I hope that y'all did like the strategy. I'm sorry if I messed up a little bit. I am a little nervous. This is the first video, but I really would appreciate if y'all would like, subscribe, share, and definitely keep me in mind whenever you're looking for more rogue strategies. Like I said, we might have some more meta relevant strategies later on, but we really like our we really like our rogue strategies. We like to keep those competitive and fun. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a great day. Love.